Right, hello everybody. Now I know I haven't done a video in a while, but I thought after buying this new game, I would try this. You can see what the game is, Elder Scrolls Online. Sure many of you have heard about it, different opinions, etc. Maybe some of you are considering to get the game, maybe that's why you're watching this. I don't care about subscriptions or that much, but if you want to like or subscribe, if you like it, then go ahead. You know, I'm not going to force you to do anything or persuade you, I'm just going to sit here and go, pff. Anyway, this is a review for people who don't have really super fast computers and just are thinking about getting the game as a pastime or something. You know, you work a lot, you can't be bothered to buy a fast computer because you don't need that much. Doesn't whatever, you know, you're not a full-time gamer, but you think this would be a good game, or you know, whatever situation you're in. Point is, I'm on quite a normal Mac. I can't give you exact details. Probably get something up for you in a second. Let's see if I can do that. But basically, I'm on quite a normal Mac. Also, Mac people might be looking to look at this because I know that there's not a lot of things on Mac, and actually, a lot of people play games on Macs. That's some details about I know that's probably not everything. I'm not a computer genius, so I can't give you all details, but there's for people who want to know. I've been told this is the minimum thing it needs to run. So this is basically to see what it would run like on a normal computer, and just kind of a couple of basic things I like, dislike about a game. My personal opinion, your opinion may vary, of course. Basically, I'll probably cut that bit out, so I'm just going to explain that again because that's my details. I have to connect to two networks at different times, and one of them has really bad connection because it's like a guest network. And I don't use the guest network because I'm not a guest. Anyway, I'm going to show you this game. I'm probably going to skip this loading part. I'm going to wait to win the game. There's a character selection thing, but you know, I'll leave that to your discretion to look around. I don't want to reveal everything about the game, you know. Just a quick review. I'm dumb when it comes to that area. Okay. So first off, now I've because I'm on a slow processor, and if you're in the same situation, or basically a slower computer, you'll have to turn your settings down, which means the graphics aren't going to be as good. It's going to be nothing like Skyrim. If you've played some of the old games in the series, it's going to be more like Oblivion. The graphics, they're a bit fuzzy as well now. They don't render until they don't load until I go up close to them. That's because I have to change that setting so that it runs as fast as possible, especially as it's an online game as well. My computer has to cope with all this, so yeah. Okay, now I'll show you this setting. So when you go into the settings, you get your character come up here, and then you get a wide range of settings which you can. Okay, where am I? Right. So about graphics, there's a chat down the bottom. I was pointing to that. You can't actually see me pointing because you can't see me. So we're in Riften right now because I've gone a bit off track. You'll find when you first go into the game, you actually go to somewhere else. Because, well, yeah, that's just where you go. As you'll see if you've played Skyrim, it's quite different from what it is in Skyrim because of, well, the time difference. I think it's like 200, it's supposed to be 200 years or something. But yeah, you'll see that. And as I said, the graphics aren't that great, but there's really a wide range of settings to change these graphics depending on how fast your computer is. But I must admit, it still runs pretty well. I was pretty surprised. In fact, I wasn't even expecting it to work, despite the fact it was still within the range. Now it does this as well. You'll be walking somewhere and it will randomly start loading. And it will vary from which place. I could walk to the place it loaded before and it wouldn't load. Or it will freeze. Now, obviously, I'm not good at computers, so I don't know if that's just in the game or that's because of my computer. But I just want to warn you that if you buy the game, you could experience this, and I have had it when I'm fighting a person, a CPU, and it doesn't actually take you out the server, so you die. which isn't great, but you can spawn where you are. Now, another thing about this game, right, just still getting hold of the controls here, so, okay, right, you can see these little white things here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but basically, the only way to fast travel is by using these, and you have to pay, not real money, but gold you get in the game, travel to these places. I often walk, but it can be quite annoying because I've gone so much off track, the high level CPUs to kill me. The problem with this game, in my opinion, is that it doesn't, unlike Skyrim where you'll find loads of reasonably low level characters, as you go into the realms that you aren't meant to go into yet, you'll get high level characters come up to you and kill you. So although it says it's a lot of exploring, I find it's quite difficult to explore, which could be a challenge for some people. Some people may like that. I'm not too bothered. You can see different realms here, by the way. Cyrodiil. I'm not sure why these undiscovered areas are here, but I haven't done that yet. I only recently bought this game. Yeah. Sorry if I'm not making any sense to people. Another thing. I know I will run onto the thing about the computer and stuff in a second, but I'm just giving a basic review here as well. Money in this game, everything is really a lot of gold, I think. Another thing on the basic review side, unlike Skyrim and Oblivion, it doesn't create the atmosphere as much. Not just because of the graphics, I know that's because of my computer, but because you can't like search every chest and search every body. It's sort of, yeah, it's difficult to explain. Now, as you can see, if you're running on slower computer, even if you put the graphics down, it's still gonna have trouble loading, and you will, as I say, pause every so often, and my computer's the game's even frozen a couple of times. Don't know whether that's internet that bit, but I would assume it's processor. Actually, things are still loading in. Sometimes I'll walk into a room and it will all be basically nothing, and you'll see the furniture loading and the actual room hasn't loaded. So that's another issue you're going to have if you have a lower system computer. But the game still runs very well, especially for a Mac. For instance, I bought Prison Architect. Some of you might know what that is, and that ran like a pile of poo on a Mac. So if any of you, if you listen to this and you're thinking, oh, I want to buy a Prison Architect, I really would not recommend that for a Mac. I don't know about PC, I don't use PCs much. Personally, I think they're also a pile of poo. Maybe not for gaming, but Windows systems I don't like to virus. Anyway, that's off the point. But yes, it's a very good game, but quite slow, especially in the first world. You'll experience some very laggy issues, and you might keep getting disconnected. Again, it does this. It's a lot of loading in this game, especially if you have a slower computer. It's a lot of loading. That is what I will warn you. Also in combat, I might be able to show you a bit of combat. No. I'll go back to the first world and see if I can find some combat for you. But in combat, it slows down a lot. Like, a lot of people, I've watched some reviews and they've said that combat isn't that bad. But for me, it is. I mean, they're running on faster computers, so that might be why. If you're running on a slower computer, what I find is really that the combat is really, really bad. Yeah, so it lags like hell. Sorry if anyone's Christian here, I know that offends some people, please don't take that too seriously. It's just the way I say things. Sorry, I'm just remembering where I was. Oh. Right, I think this is the place I was originally. You're sworn to prison when you first go in, which I can't show you because that's inaccessible. It's like a tutorial world thing. Okay. In lower graphics, your character's not loaded as much. He's quite graphic-y, which I'll show you. You can zoom out on the character as you can in most. I think. Oh, well, I've only played after Oblivion and afterwards, but like you can in that, you can zoom out the character. I don't know if that's an importance to some people. Depends how you like your gameplay. I'm a particular fan of character housing. I'm very roleplay aspect in this game, but some people may just be in it for the. I don't know. Just having a drink of water. I would excuse you if you can't understand me. It's late at night and I'm just trying to film something. So anyway, I'll probably cut that part out. When we load, this is the kind of loading screen you have anyway. It looks quite detailed. I think these are drawn, but I'm guessing if you have a high standard computer, you'll have that graphics, so I can't say anything. If you have a high standard computer, I'd recommend watching one of the other reviews, because I'm more reviewing for people with lower speeds of processor or whatever. We're in the right place. Right, this is roughly where you begin. Here. As you can see, the loading is taking a long time. I will express this, I know I've said it, but the loading is really bad in this game. There's still a lot of people to interact with. I will give it that. But this doesn't feel Skyrim-like anymore. For me, especially with the graphics, doesn't feel Skyrim-like. Things are just kind of loading, it's taking time. But I guess I'm not used to playing computers, so this might be regularity on computers that I don't know about. Now I'm probably going to die here, but I can show you a fight. As you can see, probably, it's quite slow. It takes time. Yeah, I'll better run away. I'm not very good at fights, but I just wanted to give you an example that it takes a lot of time. It's not just going to load at the click of a finger, you know. It's going to take time on a lower processor. Anyway, that's most of what I have to show you. There's probably a lot of stuff. I don't want to show you everything in the game. I don't know everything in the game. It is a very big map. It is very good for that sort of stuff, though. Even with the terrible graphics, it is still a very good game. Because the map, personally, I think the map makes up for it all. But the graphics, as I say, are terrible, and the loading is terrible. The rendering, everything. I hope you enjoyed this review. You probably haven't, because I really can't do reviews. But if you have, you can give it a like if you want. I'm really not too bothered. I know I don't YouTube much. I'm sorry for that to people who just subscribe to me and generally expect me to make videos. But yeah, sorry, I'm a bit rude. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, subscribe if you want, like if you want, or not. I'm not too bothered. I don't know when I'll publish again. Yeah, have a nice day and buy it if you want. It's completely up to you.